Okay, and now for the worst one. Aquarius! Aquarius, where do we start? Everyone sit back. Go to the bathroom. It's going to take a while. Aquarius. Aquarius is the self-love thing. I think really what Aquariuses are learning is they have to love themselves in their relationship to themselves, which is their mirage. Loving themselves is giving you what you need, not necessarily what you want. Loving yourself is the way you respond to yourself. Loving yourself is calming yourself down instead of going on a tirade. Loving yourself is loving yourself is doing what's best for you, even though you're humanitarian. See, that's so jackass backwards for you. You're humanitarian, so this idea of doing what's best for you, I think, is really foreign. And so it's new. It's a new Aquarius. It's a new era. Mars going into Cancer then means, well, you didn't build a life for that. You built a life for being emotionally responsive and emotionally codependent to your environment, which is why you hide and ghost and go away forever. Yeah, I couldn't even reach you before the show. So it's like, yeah, exactly. So literally, so your life is all based on, I think in most cases, avoiding emotion and avoiding bad feelings. And I think what has to change for Aquariuses is learning how to cope, nurture, work through these feelings, turn lemon into lemonade, and be the king or queen of your world because you are not emotionally touched by anything except an angel.
Okay, I love lemonade. It's interesting to read
And
my own.
angels.
I get more insight when I read my own sign too. Um, well, primarily, I feel like in Leo, I think that I feel like Aquarians need to be comfortable with attention, getting attention. Um, and I'll just say for me specifically, just kind of like if
Yeah.
people are wondering where I'm at in my social media conquest.
You sure seem comfortable.
No, actually, it's not. I'm really all about evolution right now. So I can say this in retrospect to other Aquarians. And so I feel like even speaking my mind, even if it's not received well, or really kind of speaking up for myself, like you said about the individual, I think Aquarians are trying to learn this to say, I'm saying now something about how I feel based on my expression, not so much about speaking for others anymore right now. So we're learning that, right? But I think that we've deprived a lot of, other signs from them knowing what we're feeling because we just kept to ourselves and it's like, oh, we'll just give advice instead of people understanding our point of view to learn more about us. So I think this is going to be a very vulnerable period for Aquarius's, when retrogrades in Leo, because you're going to be getting attention. And it might be not good attention either, but that's going to really kind of launch you into understanding that no matter what you're doing, if it's coming from a place of truth and sincerity, it's going to bring a lot of change for people moving forward. And that's the point. That people do want to learn about Aquarius. That people do want Aquarius to get a little bit of attention and to be more transparent, actually, and to show up and be kind of transparent in that way for people. Now, I've always been that way in my own personal life. It's very uncomfortable doing it online. This whole year to social media for the past year, it's been very uncomfortable. And when I'm in channel mode, I'm surprised what just fucking came out. And as far as what flows out. And so I think a lot of Aquarians are going to come to terms with that balance of understanding what it is to be in the spotlight and to make a difference. So it's going to start with uncomfortability. And again, people are going to be a lot in opposition, but there's also a lot at the end of the tunnel for that too, as far as embracing that and putting yourself in the forefront for a change.
Yeah, totally. I think with Pluto moving into your sign for the next 24 years.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
baby.
I do think that it means that there's death of an ego there too. Like you've built, I think honestly, I mean, we can't go into the whole depths of it, but long story short, Aquarius energy has not been cool since ancient Egypt. After ancient Egypt, we started killing you
Seriously,
bastards and hanging you for witchcraft and calling you
right.
wizards. And, Catholicism just started going after you. You all became extremely defensive. You became ghost-like. You withdrew. You're coming out of like a 2,000-year PTSD of being, the weird ones, the freaks, the freak in the sheets, the freak
Right, baby.
everywhere. And so I think a lot of this is, a lot of this is, just kidding, a lot of this is the disarming of your knee-jerk reactions that are based not on the present, but based on what you have endured over the centuries. So I think there's a lot of disarming that has to happen for the
Right.
Aquariuses.
It's interesting because we get so, I would say, misrepresented. Like, because when we do something, we own it. So then people think we're like, we want attention. It's like, no, I get uncomfortable with attention. But if I'm doing something that I love, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just being honest, right? So a lot of people think, oh, you love attention. I'm like, no, I'm an introvert. I'm very domesticated, but I'm not speaking, I'm like lounging around, chilling out. So yeah, I think that that might also be a misconception about some Aquarians too, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Aquarians don't want attention. I mean, first of all, yes, you do. You're lying. Every human being wants attention. You're not in it for the attention.
Yeah, right. The attention is more the fact of validation of, like, say, if I'm doing work, the attention is I want people to enjoy it or know that it's being effective for them, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's the attention I think we look for in that sense to make sure what we're doing is effective. Yeah, but like the tension of like having the no, I don't like it. I get uncomfortable.
You'll get used to it. You'll get
Well,
used to it.
I've
I
been
think
on.
that's part of Mars and Cancer. It's that you emotionally are too sensitive. It's not that you can't handle the attention. It's that you can't handle the feelings.
Maybe I don't know. Psychoanalyzing here, but yeah, I've been in
Oh,
front of the camera since I was a kid, right, and performing on stage. Like it's just, I think when I start recognizing its attention, I'm like, it takes the experience away for me, right? Because like when I'm performing, it's like I'm in the song or in the performance, or if I'm reading, I'm in the read, you know. And so I think that yeah, that's one thing we have to understand, that maybe we do need to understand what it's like to be revered, and that's I think that's the Aquarians are going to have to learn that and take the trophies and the compliments.
what it's like to feel revered.
I feel everything,
It's
okay?
Cancer. Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. You don't want to. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
When it's not about, yeah, I think we're just humble to a fault, I would say. And I think that we just learn to have to be a little, receive the pats on the back. Because even when you compliment me, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, yeah. Or I think like you're just kind of blowing smoke up my ass. I don't really take it. I'm just like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
Thank
am
you.
blowing smoke up
Well, you
here.
don't have to, 'cause I'm blowing too
Yeah.
much
I
smoke
mean,
out of my ass. I don't need going back up there. Yeah, yeah.
some Aquarius are not humble. Some Aquas are not humble to a fault. Our director Adam, for instance,
Oh, come on. He's so humble.
he's wonderful. I'm just fucking with him. You deserve that, Adam. Just funny. No, he's amazing.
It's Sirius Joy.